watched the end of my buddy's draft.
Yeah.
He actually managed to draft Ashlen. He has 8 of the commanders. That's awesome. Yeah, with everything else into it. So I was like, oh man. It's just like, no, there's no hell, man.
Funny meeting you here.
Oh, I know. It's like we planned for this.
It could be.
All right. So, what do you want for a story anyway?
I have no idea.
Cool. Want to make an agreement? All I want is the messenger to be eaten.
I don't know.
All right. No, that's fine. No, we're gonna play this still, but
yeah.
I just want the messenger to, not be alive.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to eat the messenger or not.
I want to eat the messenger. We have to roll. Yeah. Unless we can both go first.
That would be sweet. Simultaneous turns.
Yeah. I attack. No, I attack. You attack my province. I defend this one while I attack that one.
That might actually be kind of fun.
Yes, because what L5R needs is more complicated timing rules.
Absolutely.
You have a D6?
No, I only have D10. Yes.
I don't trust your dice because oh no, that wasn't your dice last time.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Real quick,
That's a
table
One?
mic. If you don't want the internet to hear it,
The one, yeah?
don't say it.
Yep. That's the 6.
All
So
right.
I am first because there's the one.
The one on the other side.
Yep.
All right. I want a
Same
really hard
goes
game
for
now.
you, Mr. Head Judge.
Hi, Internet.
Hi, Internet.
Good luck to those
And
two guys.
welcome
Congrats
to
on
the
victory.
finals. I am your
I
host
go
for this
second
round,
to you again?
Grant
I have to
Reeves.
go second to you twice?
Yeah.
That's
You won last time.
yeah.
This is
except by the skin
going
of
to
my
be
teeth,
Chris
man.
Justice, who won the Big Deck event last year at Gencon with a broken deck. He's also going to be playing against Tong in the finals. They are both playing Foothold of the Mad.
It doesn't change until third turn, right?
Straight to third turn.
Which is a lovely card from the Close of Madness box set.
Money that I need.
It allows you to go first if you're the only mad player.
It's actually almost better to have
unfortunately,
it in the
they're
deck.
both the
Do I have to have a legacy out?
Now, Chris is playing a Sensei with his. He is playing
Yeah,
Hatsu
honestly, it's better
Sensei.
to have it in the deck because then I have more holdings in the deck to seek.
Right.
Turn 1, right? All right. Well, we figured that out.
In theory, yeah.
Yeah, that actually is relevant.
Right? Mathematically, it's speaking. That should be.
Legacy.
The biggest boon, obviously, of Foothold of the Mad, besides you getting to go first if you're the only person playing that stronghold, is your fallen personalities cost 2 less gold. Personalities and followers have -1 force for each of the Madness tokens. The box can bow as a limit action.
Why not? Yeah.
So, you can bow it as limited action to give a target card a Madness token, but the massive
Guys, honestly,
card
this-
advantage of this
the
card
best deck in
is
the format is
as limited
Photo
action you can
Round
make all of your
is Western
holdings interplay paying 2
And
less
you
gold
destroyed
this
Western
turn.
steps just now.
He had no money either game. He had like he got like a turn.
That
four
obviously is a
tag,
massive
could not
advantage
buy
for
it,
a deck
did
that's
not
going
have enough
first
gold
and
play
gets to buy all of its holdings on turn
That's not
1.
a game. It doesn't matter what I was playing.
At least I'm certain that that's the way that both of these players have designed their decks. I would be shocked if that's not the case, considering they're both in the finals.
8 cards. No, I'm sorry. He had one holding in his top 12 cards. That's brutal. I had more than one holding in my top 12 cards. So, I mean, game 1 was more of a game. And game 1, thousands of things died. And it was a real game. But game 2, and his gold wasn't good there either. So I'm just waiting on whether or not Modern's legacy holding for going second is mandatory.
Because
Here we see Tong checking his phone.
Yeah, I mean, he could.
He's
It's not
texting.
using the legacy keyword, so you could just. It's a search for his characteristics, so you could just decline to find.
yeah.
Because it's modern specific, so.
Yeah.
Sparks is still around.
Well, it uses the legacy rules with a few exceptions. So.
Right, yeah, I would just rather have a holding in my deck. On top of that, I can get a shuffle, you know?
Yeah.
Legacy holding.
I'll wait for it to make the final rolling.
You have the option.
Yep. In it goes.
Kidding, eh? Oh, wow. That was really bad shuffle.
You guys have any questions regarding
The Enlightenment Sensei.
time limit?
75 minutes, Palmer,
I hear another
first in
game
the
of some
win.
kind trying to bat
Same as last
our
Yeah, it should be the same thing as every tournament, right?
montage.
If this goes 75
Good
minutes,
luck with
something's
that.
horribly wrong.
Yes.
Dale, how many commanders did you get? Yeah, I want to say the same, man. Sorry, can we just watch? Like, dude, look at his draft deck. It is ridiculous. It's my command deck.
We drafted this?
It's my command deck, see?
So Chris is playing Mahatsu Sensei
Wait. 1, 2,
Ivory
3, 4,
and 20
5,
festivals.
6, 7, 8.
Go away.
He actually got a commander.
Go away.
And he got the sensei.
Absolutely fun.
That's ridiculous.
I have not seen Chris play this deck enough to know what he's doing with the Sensei. He's running Mahatsu Sensei, the one that lets you get a ring. It's interesting the fact that he's actually running that Sensei because you have to bow your stronghold to do it.
Like, oh, it's still here.
Most of the
Best of luck to you both.
All right.
most of the other
Let's
decks.
have a great game, okay? Let's have a great game in Ban Foothold.
Yeah.
So game one, Chris
that's
is
good.
starting off on turn one. Holy!
Is that okay? That's an event.
Yeah, it's an event. And it's a new style event. So despite the Crimson and Jade copy that I am
Okay. So if I understand correctly, you have a chance of getting 12.
So I'm gonna make it cheaper.
I bet.
I'm gonna go ahead and cycle the event. It's useless in this format.
All right. I might have just got started.
So Chris has
I'm gonna.
flipped up four
I already made stuff
2
cheaper.
gold
I'm
producing
gonna go to
holdings.
IC.
He has a famous
I
bazaar.
will RFG for the.
Yep. That's the best start you can get. Well, with the exception of a 2 for 3.
Yeah.
And possibly another 2 for 3. Well, I'm glad we can show everybody.
Yeah. This
So
is bad.
He've used the legacy ability to pull a
We just started and he got that for
legacy holding from his deck,
So
which will
this
cost him
already
2 less
has the
gold,
personality or something else.
since you have to now pay for them.
Good luck.
Not a guy or not money.
Nope.
I can.
And then he brought 4 more holdings into play. So on turn 1, he literally bought 5 cards
Oh, there it is.
for 0 gold.
Yeah, I got money.
Foothold loses. Mine?
Table's yours.
Don't worry, I can guarantee you it will happen.
Would you like some Sudafed to combat your crud? Because I sure have the comp crud. For those of you that are not aware, if you come to Gencon, there is a 120% chance you will get sick.
Well, that's some
That
madness.
is known as the con
You
crud.
really do lose.
Did you leave with the con crud last year, Brad?
Oh, sorry.
I did a slight case of it. But I usually try to build my immune system up before I come. A lot of vitamin C, trying to get in a position. And I also am the one that's over here turning up the air so it cuts itself off at a lower temperature.
Yeah, unfortunately, that seems to not have worked for me. Last year, I came home with, you want to guess what crazy disease I went home with?
Am I allowed to say that on stream?
It was not that. Last year, I left Gencon with whooping
All
cough.
right, man. After I draw my card, you can go ahead.
Ouch.
Yeah, I'd actually
your
been
deck seems like
vaccinated
it's
for
doing
it
fine
and
for me
still
as
got
it
whooping
stands.
cough last year at Gencon.
Oh, you have no idea, my friend.
Courtroom ducks.
So John's Tong was not nearly as explosive.
Talking about the concrete.
He got, he ended up getting 3 holdings,
Holdings?
Yep.
but you can see where the deck's power comes from. you explode on holdings on turn 1, and then you start bringing out these massive Oni. I hear that's really good for a deck like that.
I want that.
Yeah, that's good. That's very good. I don't remember. Did I cut your deck last time?
You did. And then I'll go Dynasty.
Yeah.
6, 8, 10, 12, because Elite's good. Ducks, favor.
Well, as we know, Foothold of the Mad was a very powerful stronghold at the end of Emperor Edition. It spawned several
very
decks.
smelly food.
The Oni deck
Sorry,
got favor,
Brad.
8 turns
Sorry.
ago. And
Alright, my turn?
table's yours.
It spawned several decks, which was a little was more on the OP side. There's no question. You can see where the power level is here, especially when you have a 2 gold, a 2-for-2 legacy holding in Demented Craftsman from Words and Deeds. And you can see that there's
I heard that was really good in this matchup.
He is my saving grace right
So
now.
the other thing we'll be streaming tonight is the big board
we'll
game
see,
night.
guys.
This event is one of the
Let's
biggest
grab some
events
of
that
them.
AEG does every year.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 8
Every
gold and
year
2
it's
your-
sold out. In fact, this year the reason
what?
that I have to work board game
Turns
night is
yours, but
because I
6,
could
7,
not
8,
get a
9,
ticket.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Alright, 8 to 18 gold. Check. Let's fight. Slowly though.
Okay, so Chris, on the second turn of the game, brought out a Mumoku no Oni from Torn Asunder. Yeah. Not that a 0 prominence streak is going to need much to push over.
Yeah, except
And of course, most people are familiar with Kiai no Oni.
I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Just gotta figure it out. We've had worse.
That was a nice flip for John because he really needed that Oni as a cheap something to get into play for defense.
Do you have an open?
No. Okay, the 0 from that. Okay, got it.
Yeah, they at one point actually printed proxies for this card, but I don't have any, so I proxied the proxies.
Fair enough.
Technology. I'll pass.
Yep. I defend.
The other thing we're streaming tonight is the AEG Big Board Game Night. That's where they demo all of their board games. They have them all out here. They give away raffles and things of that nature. It's everything from the micro games such as Lost Legacy and Love Letter to the more complicated games like Planes, Trains, there's Valley of the Kings, there's Doomtown, etc. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of that going on tonight as well.
And it's superior, so that's superior movement. So I'll choose to go home. What do you know?
Sure you don't want it to stop? You can negate it. You want to negate the movement?
No, that's fine.
Sure.
I'll choose not to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could have thought I was really well with the birds. Learn something new every day.
Yep.
Yeah, crazy.
No, top
Bigger
four
than that?
Did you move back? Did you move home or
was
back?
there was one unicorn that was John Palmer.
I'll be back.
There was 2 Foothold of the Mad players, Chris Justice and John Tong, and then there was one the Boss Grave, which was the unaligned stronghold out of Samurai. But yeah, there's been a lot of Oni on stream.
Hopefully.
Money, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16.
Yep.
And Gozar no Oni makes his appearance. Yeah.
Rocky. Okay. Do I do it? Do I do it? Do I do it? I don't know. I can't
Okay,
buy
John
anybody.
has flipped the Lawless Breach
Afterwards, I can't buy
and
anybody.
is contemplating whether to use it because he's already down a province.
But who do I blow up? Do I blow up the Oni or I can't blow up this?
You gotta blow up Bizarre.
Yeah, I think John's making the right decision here by blowing up
My first
Bizarre
action
no
is
Oni.
going to be...
I mean, it's just discarded at this point, but even though it's dead, his game tech says he's discarded instead, so...
A pass.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of Onis in this.
Okay.
Wouldn't you say so?
If you like big freaking Oni, you're going to love this matchup. Because
Are both decks here running Wrath of Kali Ma?
I am not doing this well.
I don't know. I have not seen that one being flipped.
I was told that John has Wrath of Kali Ma in his deck, but I don't know about Chris Justice. Wrath of Kali Ma, I think, might be on Sparks' list to ban after Gencon from Modern.
Well, honestly, I almost think Foothold of the Mad is the problem card because it accelerates you to the point where you can activate Wrath of Kali Ma and drop as many cards as you want from your deck. That extra acceleration, as we found out in L5R, the better your acceleration is in the game, better your production is, the more broken things you can accomplish. And I think really it's more the Stronghold than the Celestial.
Well, Law's Grave is what I played against with Wrath of Kali. They had Wrath of Kali Ma, and that just took me out in 3 turns.
8.
So I think that it might be both, actually.
Okay,
I hope.
that's fair. I have not played that matchup. I've played very little Modern. I've mostly done fun decks with it, but I've been watching more and more of the format on Sun and Moon and seeing how it sort of develops when I've got the chance. But yeah, I could see where Wrath of Kali Ma is a problem. It was a problem at the end of Emperor.
No, it was Celestial.
Oh, that's right. It was the beginning of it. Was toward
Yeah, it was banned before Emperor came out. We were waiting for Emperor to come out, and Wrath of Kali Ma got banned.
Yeah, after the Gen Con where it wrecked my Mantis's hopes.
I was not at that Gen Con. My first Gen Con was the Gen Con after that. I did not grind in. I did not play in the second chance. I just played Smash Up. It was fun.
Okay, pass.
I will.
Why pass?
Oh, you'll get another opportunity, so Almahatsu.
I gotta think really hard about this, cause this isn't easy. You're gonna buy a Sentinoni. Maybe. Might not buy Sentinoni.
Your action?
Show me.
Pass.
Pass.
Turn attack.
Yep.
Down card.
Yep. Here?
Yep.
I defend.
Okay. We'll resolve that battle.
Okay.
You're engaged.
No engage.
No engage.
Oh man. I really don't know what I'm doing. I thought I could. Just playing this very poorly. Okay. Not only was I behind.
Kolb is currently not here anymore. He went to the Straw Dogs dinner at Fogo, but don't tell his wife because he will get in a ton of trouble with his wife if she finds out that he is at Fogo without her.
Okay.
Oh, she's bad. Alright, so that was really bad L5 bar. Let's figure out if I can still come back from this. Mine?
Yours.
Strong for problems, flips. Yours. Your opener.
For stronghold for what?
For the flips. For the cold toss. Sorry, the holdings.
Holdings.
Yep.
Pass.
Trojans. Your action.
Pass.
So, Brad, I don't believe you were here when we were talking about this. A very important event is happening tonight in Indianapolis. Do you know what that is?
2 flip.
Oh, yes, you were here.
Yeah, I was. But I was one of them didn't understand what you were talking about, so I gave a better description of what all was happening, what all board games they were going to be showing and everything.
No, not that one.
Oh, are we talking about the
One Direction concert tonight, where 40,000 teenage girls clash with 40,000 sweaty gamers.
Yeah, that. I got you. Not a problem.
Baby, you light up my world, no, like nobody. Oh, 60,000 gamers or 60,000 teenagers? Okay, 40,000 teenage girls clash with 60,000 gamers. May the odds be ever in your favor. Cause baby, you light up my world like nobody else. The way that you split your hair makes me overwhelmed.
So, I now see why Chris is running Mahatsu Sensei. He is strategically pulling out Ring of Earth from his deck for those final battles when he needs a way to make sure that he stops movement.
For spear mobility.
And since it doesn't hurt his stronghold, because -1 gold production on a 0 gold box, it means I still have 0 gold production.
Okay.
Gives navel.
And now we have an Orichi show up.
Gives navel, you pop a guy.
Yes. And then you get to pop a guy. But I have 3 guys. You have a guy.
I won't even get an action in between all of this.
No.
Next game.
Game 2?
Yep.
So, John Tong has conceded game 1.
There was a chance for me to come back, but I messed up.
GG, game 2.
So, normally these are honor counters, but for the time being, I'm going to mark who is won which match.
I believe that was maybe the first time ever that I was planning to use Pseudo's ability while he was not just hanging around alone.
Yeah, sure.
It's always like, well, in theory, there's a situation where that's the right play, but I've never seen one. What do you know?
I'm pretty sure if you Alright, buddy. What do we got? Let's do this. Oh. Destroy him if he bows, can bow him.
So right now it looks like Reese might be running a siege event. I'm hoping to find out if Fulang or Rokugan's doing the best.
Let's do this.
Rolling.
For those wondering, right now the score is Rokugan 5, Fulang 4, so it's very close. There's still some more siege
What do you know?
booths. Okay, Simon is
I
going
will
to go
not
fix
choose
that
to
camera.
pre-start with a bowling. That's stupid to step.
It's almost like I'm teaching him something.
I never do. I never do.
Ready?
Ready.
Holding.
Be a little and move a little
Again.
towards the side.
Nice.
Too much. Back a little bit.
I'm looking for my legs. Holding.
As I say, tell him toward the wall. So pardon the adjustment. Someone had bumped the camera over there. So it looks like both Chris and John are running a Mahatsu Sensei.
Camera and I'm blaming him.
John lost game 1, so he is going first in game 2.
Brad.
Go ahead.
Huge thing. Money. Huge thing. Money.
Can I read actions real quick? Nobody uses this card. Oh shit, the evil dragon versus freaking Wrath of Kalima. Crazy dragon.
So Chris has flipped the
Holdings.
one of these super busted cards apparently in this deck, Wrath of Kalima, which even after it's errata,
We'll buy this. I know it's coming.
is still powerful in a format where you've got a stronghold that buys a bunch of 2 gold holdings and brings them to play for free, basically.
I'm doing
Yeah,
nonsense.
I saw Mark Armitage use earlier to take all 4 Mel's performances in one turn.
Well, I got errata 3 times.
Completely out of nowhere just to blow her out.
I would like to hear what Sparks' comments on that card will be after the weekend. That may be hitting the bin very shortly.
Alright, put on the ring.
It's not a realistic
Let's
card.
see if
for
the
slightest.
young Koku Cash Koku's gonna.
Mel said that she'd lost a match earlier today and it was playing against the Mons Grave, so it wasn't this level broken, but where they popped a Wrath of Kalima and took 3 provinces that turn. So it's even though the stronghold is obviously a problem. Hey, look, free gold and big bodies. That's kind of a theme, but apparently Wrath is pretty brutal too.
Yeah, the opportunity cost is Chris is very holding heavy. I mean, I watched one of his games earlier, and he had
At least you have money. The game's not over until you're
it looked
actually
like
out
his
of money.
holding composition was maybe like 20,
Holdings?
Yeah.
at least 20 cards, just because he was so gold hungry just to power out these big holdings.
Can't buy anything, so be crazy.
Yeah, force penalty.
Yep.
It's good, man.
And then Dynasty.
Yep.
So Chris was unable to bring that Oni into play this turn.
Yep.
So he ends up discarding it, or
Right,
maybe he
actually,
chooses not to. He uses the Temple of the Madness to put a token on.
Yep. S.
The Oni from the Shadow's Embrace, which I always forget.
There we go. John just buys 2 holdings and a fake boom.
1 second.
So Nero no Oni crushes a province.
That's going to be awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. Fight.
Fight.
Oh, man.
Well, now Chris did flip Wrath on turn 1, so he can still pull up some resistance if he needs to.
Yeah.
So it's not exactly over in this scenario. Normally it would be.
Let's go.
Miss out the top of the screen.
Never actually been
I don't like these final games. I like combat. I like slaughter. I like
He may not be able to
my
do
Oni bash
much.
my, pure Oni.
Looks like he's just got to blow from one
So,
personality and just
holdings.
Correct.
But I mean, how far does that get him? He's still going to lose at least 1 points.
Yeah, against those two.
Plus, this is not even accounting for John having a
Accepting.
wrath of his own.
Okay.
Just playing the big
Remember, you don't
cards.
have to accept the choice.
Huh?
You don't have to accept the choice.
I do have to accept the choice.
All right, but can you discard a card first, please?
That's very good point. 2 gold, discard a card, choose it for any card in your think.
Thank you. That's a really good follower, eh? Limited. Bring it back. Is it bring it back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Limited. If it's in the discard pile, attach it to my guy.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to say, it was my first time facing all of these cards, and
2-card combos. That's all Modern's about.
just seeing the sizes of these bodies from, I'm not sure if they're Samurai Celestial or both.
Right, literally, just 2-card combos all the way
The
through.
way they're able to power him out as well, utilising all the 2 for 3s, and Geralf and Kalimar just to make them instant speed as well. It's really brutal. Like you say, it's going to be a look at
3,
Geralf just to see if he can actually
4,
survive.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, I don't.
No, okay. Yep.
So Chris is trying to shrink the Oni as much as he can using
Go Dynasty.
Temple of Madness, since the Stronghold shrinks the personalities and followers that
I do have the favor.
that have Madness tokens. For each Madness token, they have -1
It's not
force.
gonna matter. I have no guys. So. Card. Hey.
Holdings.
Yep.
Son. Kevin.
Yeah.
How much gold does Chris have?
Where's that dice I had? Where's that?
He's gonna be
There's tokens on the sides for the caravan, okay? Sure.
It looks like he's got in the neighborhood of 10.
Shrine Fortune.
Yep.
It's possible that it's even possible that Chris waits a turn and blows it.
Man, these games are fun.
Just goes
All right, I attack.
Yeah,
Okay.
almost.
Outside.
Outsides.
But so he can have enough gold. Obviously, he was end up doubling of his gold production just about. So it's possible that he does something like that. I don't know if it's completely possible.
Big night volunteer. Please come back.
Hidden defenses.
Can't straight.
So
I wonder you weren't sweating, not even a little bit. All right, good.
yeah, that's a huge tempo swing right there.
John's only going to get to my 1 personality
I think
here.
that's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Still though, as soon as John flips a Ralph and Kalimar, this one's over.
Go ahead.
He has so much gold he can jump.
I wouldn't say that I'm not sweating a little bit.
Well, you got stuff at least.
4, 6, 8.
He's got 16 gold, which is no
If you are on the AEG events team for the weekend, you do not need to get a wristband. This is only for the big board game night volunteers specifically.
So Chris has flipped a Umibazu, who is a 7-3 by his lonesome, and he's also naval.
Yep.
Just to read on the spell action, target enemy card now attachment, balance. If you control the board, negate the enemy card strength.
You know what's silly about this? No matter how many tokens you give, they will still be able to try to problem.
Lucky 0.
Yeah, that's true. Alright.
3 more tokens. You can't take my provinces anymore.
Looks like it's going to stick, barring a negation.
Okay, and yours is spud anyways.
Yep. And then
Chris is running a few attachments, but he's only running like big followers that I've seen.
Yeah.
Alright, mine?
Yep. Table's yours.
Manage token.
Yep.
Here. Oh,
That's a token.
that's an open?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
So Chris has also found a nice little combo with Thrones of Madness, which is a card from 20 festivals. He can pass out more Madness tokens as open actions. Absolutely amazing in this deck. As you can well see, he shrunk a 6/4 Force Oni now down to 2.
6. Do this a little better.
Yeah, you can see the design team gain
3,
more than
7, 10,
the gold off there.
11, 12, 13. 3 and draw card.
Best receiver mechanic.
Holdings. Will I bink again? Let's find out.
Yeah.
And I do!
Wow, with twice as much.
Alright, Dex. There's honestly only like 4 focus value cards in the deck.
Yeah.
Alright.
He's failed twice on Shrine to Fukurokuchin.
Game.
So John ended up winning game 2 simply because Chris had blown most, if not all, of his gold, and then John put a Madness token on Chris's only personality, and then blew Penku's Madness to keep it from assigning. So that pretty well left it with all 3 bodies being able to take a province. So we are going to game 3.
I heard second. Judge?
Yeah.
Can you confirm this?
For those of you who didn't know, we had vertical players today, and both our foothold players are in the final. We've had the top 3 of the decks, not even real clans. John Palmer being the sole representative of one of the great clans, Weird One.
But he was playing Chagatai. Can we really count that as a great clan?
I think it's in the same sense of Spider and Onyx being the greatest clan. That's the way you should be.
Fair enough. Of course, I'm a fan of Yoritomo myself, so I can't really say anything against Chagatai, honestly.
Maybe this is why I'm losing. Taking a break from war at Gencon 2015. Oh no.
Chris is going to be able to play again.
You really trust my shuffling, don't you?
Yeah. A lot of times this matchup is dependent on the play and your flips,
Well, everybody's only
because they're used to going first against most other decks and being able to accelerate out into those big Oni is a massive advantage. Although in this matchup you can kind of breathe on a province and it's destroyed.
Yeah, the first 2 turns
Good luck, man.
absolutely
You too. All right, let's have a great game.
Right.
Let's have
That's why you want to go really
splatter
heavy on the
everywhere.
holdings. This is pretty bad.
That's definitely a good way to start.
Yeah, Chris is just getting rid of these.
We'll go ahead and announce cheapness first.
I was really hoping you announced Dynasty first.
I bet you were. And then we'll cycle. Yeah, shitty.
Quite a white mouth there from Chris, but he's going to be able to hope.
I think this is the only time where both our decks are kind of like
And I assume he's just going to flash the personality as well.
miss.
Sorry, that holding there is 4 gold. So yeah, only the 2 there.
Yeah, Minting House doesn't produce
Other
gold.
holdings about when this is producing extra gold when this is straight.
Yes. But I can't buy it this turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, Minting House was a promo from Samurai Arc. It increases, as long as that holding is unbowed and in play, obviously, it increases all your other holdings gold production by 1.
Is that Governor's Estate you just recruited from his deck as well?
No, it's Demented Craftsman. It's a legacy holding from Words and Deeds. It's a 2 for 2. When it comes into play, you lose 1 honor. Unless you're a Spider player, and if you're a Spider player, you gain 1 honor. It was the only legacy holding that was a 2 for 2 in that arc.
Yep.
Both of them are running it because it
That's
makes it
better
free,
than mine.
literally.
Yes, absolutely.
And it looks like Mr. Tong is
Also going to dig for my
flipped 4 and going to find his legacy holding, which is going to be the same card.
That card is. In this deck.
The old turn 1 about my stronghold produced 10 gold stars. It's not too shabby, is it?
Sounds like Kalani's Landing.
It sounds like draft code seconds. There's all kinds of Kalani's Landing is not a patch on that. You remember how ridiculous Landing was.
Yes. Matter of fact, when I saw Landing the first time, I called it broken, and it was like, well, what can you do to abuse it? I was like, just wait, somebody will they'll print something and abuse it. And they already had.
Well, that's a much better second time for Chris.
Yeah, nice recovery. I wish I was going first.
Kind of glad you're not. Dynasty.
It's fun.
Is that a secluded way station now?
That is a secluded.
Yeah.
Table.
So 2 for 2 becomes a 2 for 3 there.
Yep.
Back onto John, and that is not a good turn.
Yep.
He's going to be able to buy 1 body, and he's going to be able to make the holding as well.
Why do holdings?
But he really just wanted to make more holdings here.
I can't.
Yeah, you really want 2 turns of solid gold and then be able to bring out multiple bodies.
So what? I think when Mahatu says like,
You can do it the other way, but you typically don't want to have to do it that way.
The other thing they've got is, well, at least John has, is Mahatsu Sensei, which when you've got a strong one that produces 0 gold anyway, it's a total free roll.
Yeah, Chris is running the same sensei. Earlier in the game, yeah, this is exactly what they were searching for. They're searching for Ring of Earth, making your send home useless, which is kind of nice in a deck where you're playing bodies that are 8, 9, 10, 12, 15 force.
Yeah, look, immune to melee and range strikes, so the only thing you're worried about power effects and home effects. Obviously, you can get Ringer there as well to blank the other kinds. John will get greedy here, he's just going to search for more gold and another body.
go ahead.
And this Oni, if I'm not mistaken, is Dakuno Oni, who was in...
That's another Exeter return for Chris.
Yeah, he may be stuck buying the body though for defense, but he will end up having plenty of gold for it.
I actually think he should have gold from John's turn as well. I mean, looking at the composition of his fate hand, it doesn't feel like he's going to be able to utilise it. Outside of something like a trapping pendulum type of effect.
Now, one thing that that can be bad here, Dakuna Oni can bow. It has the ability to battle, target an opposing personality opposing Daku, or a holding controlled by the enemy leader. You get to bow the targeted card, and you get to destroy it if it's a farmer Ashigaru. And there's a lot of 2-for-2s in these decks that also double as farms.
So I'm hoping that gets back. You and I are both sitting here with the same decks.
Attacking. You can assign Daku at another province and still buy one of their holdings before the dynasty phase.
Yeah.
Which offers one that one?
Oh, we had two bout Onis.
It's a pretty sweet effect for what is already
Oni
a
bout battle.
All for everybody that has been here and is on the event team for the weekend. On the board game team, on the demo hall team, please come to the front.
John just slow rolling his comments lips there.
If you are just here for volunteering board game night, you do not
The
need to
wall
come
is
to the front.
breached has hit Umibazu, who was just brought into play by Chris Justice.
It's old format, so...
Okay, oh, I see, because yours is a new color printed.
Yeah, mine's
Check.
I just happen to have the Crimson and Jade version. And actually couldn't find one of the new ones when I put this together, so I'm like,
So that's a big swing back in John's favor, even though he lost a province. He's probably going to be taking one right back.
Attack.
Yep, can't stop you. Here,
Yep.
Bam, Jade mine.
Dynasty.
Yep.
Free gold is free gold. Aomasa.
There's Keamasu from the Yojimbo that was protecting. And here he comes. The Yojimbo that would help protect Daigatsu, and then Daigatsu's son, Kenpeki.
Go ahead.
Sort of his ogre bodyguard.
That was free, and then that paid for it.
This guy looks like he's got 10 points.
He does. This was an uncommon from the Emperor arc, Momoko no Oni. He's a 10-3 for 11 gold. He loses your 4 honor, but that doesn't matter in this matchup. While he's attacking at a battlefield, its province strength has a maximum strength equal to its printed strength, so you have no way to raise the province strength. He's also elite, which means if he contributes his force even if bowed, so the only way to deal with him is kill him or send him home.
This is a pretty tough proposition when he's 10 points and his owner is already...
Everybody that is volunteering for the
You can imagine facing that in draft in that format. He was an absolute blowout because he's an uncommon.
Event team staff for the weekend. Please come to the front.
Should have at least been a rare, so it didn't mess that up.
For the big board game night. You do not need to come up here. Just the folks on the normal event team. Go see John Bancroft.
Possibly telegraphing he's got unrestrained effects. It looks like he got an attachment sensor.
What was it, accepting the choice?
Yeah, he just cheated, discarding a gibberish sheet.
Craig Roberts, report to the front of the booth. Craig Roberts.
I was wondering if I'd be able to find it in the...
Coming into this weekend, I have 2 t-shirts for everyone. That's why I only get everybody 2 polos.
Aging volunteer Jason, please come to
So
the front.
Chris has chosen to activate Wrath of Kalima for one of the other big fellows in the deck, Kizaru no Oni. After he's at 15 force, 5 chi, 15 gold Oni. After he's destroyed, he just becomes discarded instead, and he gets to target 1 or 2 enemy cards and bow them. But if you only target 1 card, you get to destroy that card.
15 if I can squeeze another one.
He was also a booger to beat in draft because he was an uncommon as well. Was not fun facing that thing.
Yeah, I think this is before
2,
they
3,
did
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14 is normal.
And obviously he lines up very well against the guy
but
that
that's
is
not gonna
beat.
happen. So
Unfortunately, with Wrath of Kalimala, you have to blow up your rightmost province, and that was the one that had Momoko no Oni in the deck. So that was unfortunate.
I saw this guy before. I believe he doesn't play well with others.
Not usually.
He's just going through to his dynasty there.
So the other Oni that he brought out in play was Sudono Oni. He's an 8/3 for 10 gold. Battle target an enemy card, destroy it. That card's owner may target and destroy one of your cards at the current battlefield other than this card. So if he's literally the only card at that battlefield, they can't target it. So it's literally a free kill action.
It's nice big game is defensively. Doesn't. No, sorry, I beg your pardon. I believed earlier that Jordan decided to attach, but that doesn't look like the case. It looked like he went for a red card. Just a little strategy.
Holdings.
Tap was hard.
So it looks like that Chris Justice has attached Armor of the Ryu on. Always fun to see cards being attached to Oni that.
Celestial Dragons and Oni, or Pals.
Yeah, you gotta say that. So now he's given his Oni Cavalry +3 force, if I'm not mistaken. And he also has a move-in ability where you can move into an opposed to a battle as opposed.
Which Cavalry is really team in defense.
Yeah.
That's the most weak side. It looks like John was going to go straight through to his dynasty. It looks like he's reconsidering that now. I mean, he's got them squared up against the kill action over there. So you've got to consider what I believe he's considering. I don't believe he's got a Wrath of Kalimala, does he?
He does not. I haven't seen him flip one this game.
I think it was just, they said Punky's Madness is not that.
He had one last game, which allowed him to win, to sew that game up.
Alright.
I have not seen him flip one this game.
I think it's maybe Mahatsu Sensei.
Yeah, it's Yeah.
Yeah, it just looks like John's going to move through. I believe he's considering which holdings to leave open rather than. Yeah.
The Heir's Wrath.
Still doesn't mean he's able to attack. Like, at least he's got rid of a big problem there.
You're actually good.
Biggest 17 force cavalry guy with a movement effect. Still too much to attack into.
Sure. Seems
Barring
legit.
a VTD.
Me?
Yep.
Well, looks like there was a VTD.
VTD also lines up quite well in this mirror. I've seen people running for nibble to bring back a discarded personality. Aegis Shriner to Sentinel to straight as well.
Back to provinces.
I just make here perfectly happy with losing one page to take points.
Daku? Yeah, okay.
Scale Master.
Pass engage.
Pass engage.
Bizarro action.
BTD.
Huh? Oh, you're BTD. Right.
You also happen to have any of the throw claws in your clubs?
That's unauthorized duel.
So Chris has played Unsanctioned Duel, which is a strategy. Obviously, he's blown up the ogre bodyguard, as it were.
I really have to count.
Another funny there. He's got to attack this turn. You've got to imagine he's going up.
7, 8, 9.
Yeah, you would think that probably has the most powerful effect on the right now.
I mean, there's a Shiho in Province, but
Yeah.
I think Chris can work around that somewhat.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 16.
So I don't play with those +1 holdings. It's too much math for me. I just like it simple.
Chris has also got a traveling pendulum there. So
They're very good. Don't get me wrong.
Oh no, I don't.
Very complicated.
Super understand. Make 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Float 2.
Oh, that's a bit of a whoopsie there, isn't it?
Yep.
It's time for the Black Pearl, my friend. This is
What's coming up?
Chris is definitely
So I
going
got
to be offense
2,
here.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
It looks like he's going to point back the
15 to... I'm sorry. Yeah. No, I need 4 less. Sorry, so... Because it's bizarre. So I have 2 floating. I need 11. So that's 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Now I'm in trouble. Alright, I spent 3 gold.
That is...
Not relevant to you.
Destroy...
Card with Lord Force.
Card with Lord Force.
This is one of the key attractions of Modern, is that playing 8 years worth of cards, what that entails is making huge swinging plays, and for long-term players, that's a big attraction, getting to play with their own cards. For newer players, it's quite a departure from their current style. So it adds a fresh level of play. That's been a really big part of the success. I mean, the Sun and Moon tournaments be getting lots of players.
So John just dropped an Awakened Blade on his Daku no Oni. Now the problem with this card is normally Normally this is a very good card because you get to destroy an enemy card with lower force than the personality's force that doesn't have weapons or armor. Sadly, John's facing off against two much bigger cards. Since Daku is only 7 force base, and then another +2 +2 for the arm for the blade.
Yep.
So Chris is trying to split and take 2 provinces this turn.
Ooh, hidden defenses.
The point of the quick blade there is more of defense.
You move in. That happens. That is a thing when it occurs.
Yes.
Maybe. It is a strategy. It's just not a battle action. Negate the movement.
I believe the personality will just
Can I interrupt engage? Reaction. Can I interrupt reactions? Maybe not.
I mean,
I can't interrupt interrupts. Can I interrupt reaction?
Reactions, actions.
Yeah, but it can I don't remember. Interrupts can interrupt. Interrupts can't interrupt interrupts, but can interrupts react to engages.
yes.
We sure? Let's check that, because I would like to not be wrong here, since
Yeah, it's pretty important.
a significant amount of the game result probably depends on whether or not he sits there and
So
stays
this
down.
is going to be cleared up momentarily. It's always a good idea if you're out of tournament. If you're unsure of any rules interaction, look for a judge.
So your action designators are battle, dynasty, limited, open, interrupt, and engage.
Yeah, but I need to know if I
not
need to know the
reactions then.
interrupt rule.
It doesn't negate reactions, right?
Well, that's because reaction doesn't exist in the current rules. But I need to know the rule window for interrupt. If it's only battle, in fact, I'm pretty sure it is only battle.
Yeah, because it specifies. Like, I know that reactions are part of the.
Right, reactions are
thing
part of the
is-
new thing.
Where's my playing?
Probably game state.
Game state is unknown.
Modern rules.
Modern rules.
Where's my relevant?
Because I'm not sure whether the announcement window for this card ever happens.
Right, because there's no specific action to the interrupt windows.
What do you mean the window?
Because
Well,
you
the window-
cannot interrupt interrupts.
Yes.
But can I interrupt a reaction?
Right, because then on the.
You can interrupt any action as long as it's not an interrupt.
Right.
No, but the thing is on there it doesn't specify it has
Right.
to be interrupt. It
If
just
interrupt
specifies,
says I
like,
can
battle
interrupt any
open
action except an interrupt, then I
blah,
can do
blah, blah,
this.
blah, blah.
If it says I must interrupt a battle action, then I cannot.
I mean, you can interrupt open action.
Yes, but if this is what we're playing off of,
Yeah. Well,
and
we
that
need.
doesn't say interrupt off of blah blah
Yeah,
blah.
yeah, we need to know if interrupt says you may interrupt limited open or battle actions, or if interrupt says you may not interrupt an interrupt.
And that's a good question that they have here because
I literally don't know what they wrote in their rules.
Yeah, well, what I saw there when he was doing it says interrupts can only interrupt battle actions, open actions.
It enumerates the things that can be interrupted.
It doesn't say necessarily.
Actually hinge on this.
If it enumerates them, I cannot play
John's
this
able
card.
to strain and move in, he gets as an engage.
Woo, interrupts,
Maybe it'll just
reactions,
pick
so
up
many.
that body.
It's like they changed the way that the game works, and
Yeah.
this is like across. Yeah, that would never. Yeah, well, reactions are well established how they work. I just don't know how Alphargo works now.
Yeah, neither do I. It's too many. Okay,
Bring and disregard of hidden defenses.
because in the rule book, what I saw was when you cannot interrupt. Sorry, you can only interrupt a battle action, open action, action of X, action of X. That's what. Whatever.
It stops an action from a strategy from moving. It negates movement from a strategy. But I don't know whether or not the timing window ever opens for me to play this card.
Yeah, because it's a reaction. It's not part of Ivory Edition.
Yeah.
Right.
I know how this would work if this is a reaction. It would work, and I would stop you. But interrupts are weird.
Yes.
You're not stopping the action.
No, I know, but
You're stopping.
right. But I have to know if there's a space to play interrupts because they have special rules for when you can play them.
It's a broken link, so I have to manually
As you can hear, Ben is using the internet to actually get the answer to this, making sure there's no errors with this. Unfortunately, Eternal Mage, the judges don't have access to our chat. They purely have to use all the resources.
So, interrupt is a type of action played during another action.
Okay, can we go down further?
I mean, that's...
Is it list which times? Or is it? Because I know somewhere it says you can't interrupt interrupts, and we need to find that section to see how it's worded.
You know whether we have a signpost for the start of the line?
Playing actions.
I know, so what's the end of the line?
We have a...
We're learning L5 artwork.
We have a start of the queue sign that I can hold
Taking
up.
action.
That's one of the important things that comes with
Where do you want me to stand to get started?
Obviously, reactions became interrupts.
I've been asked 4 times already, so...
Now the judges have... It's not an interaction judges encounter very often. So just clarifying the
Yeah,
situation.
resist to action is an interrupt.
Make sure they get everything straightened out.
So that
Because you don't want-
These actions are taken only in the interrupt step of a non-interrupt action.
So, So yes, I will raise in the movement.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so it looks like the ruling was that an interrupt can interrupt anything. The only thing it cannot interrupt is an interrupt. So every other action can be interrupted.
You're in
Right.
You're badass.
Alright, so you have a ring of air in hand.
Yeah, I have a ring of air.
Yeah.
Known to be in there.
Gozaru. Refugees.
I will go home.
South.
Loud.
Yes.
We'll
Yes.
go home spout.
Your presence is sent home.
I assign here. I will charge into danger.
Yep.
Just keep dropping
Got it.
dummies.
Get it.
Yep, there we go. That's what
Got it.
what it's all about. Now the
This is
one
what I'm talking
tool,
about.
1, 2, 3,
This is
4,
the game.
5,
Chris is
6,
going to have
7,
a 2 personality
10,
advantage. This is
13,
a massive
16.
swing from the way the first returns progressed.
You're up.
Chris able to utilise his fake cards to buy additional personalities.
And
Trying to kill everything terrible over there.
And Ikachu no Oni comes out. Flips face up. Wonder if he has a way to give it reserve. Oddly enough, there's a strategy that does so. It was a terrible rare, but it did do such a thing.
Fun lever.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a good deal.
And here comes the Dark Naga.
We'll allow that, apparently.
This one we all know the rule.
Ageless this.
Yep. Madness token.
I'm a crazy era guy.
I drop it, that's good.
Huh?
I drop.
Yeah, that's fine.
Don't knock a pass.
Go ahead.
It drew an attachment of some sort. It looked like one.
You have a forest in play, correct?
Yep.
Jordan still has a
Even unbound, huh?
Chris's as well.
That was
Now the Dark Naga actually, that is the first version of the Dark Naga that was from Forgotten Legacy. And that one, even though the second one was very powerful, the first one was even more powerful. It allows them to steal a non-human, which is really a game swinger in this type of board position. Really a game swinger.
I mean, going into this tournament, I didn't know a lot about London, but I knew the Morse Grave was one of the top decks. And obviously, people are showing up with footholds as well, so it's only got to better.
What the hell? Peddler for a card?
Yep.
Chris drawing a card with a traveling peddler on that.
I passed.
It's interesting, Chris is looking at his gold here.
Ludwig's advisor, I'll destroy a madness token.
It was relevant! Hey! Alright.
It's entirely possible he gets blown out by one.
I know, right? Your action?
I pass. Yep.
So,
whatever.
Arugai no Oni is probably the most, even though the other two have bow and or kill actions, that Oni, Arugai no Oni actually, if another action targets an Oni at his location, he gets to negate the Oni's destruction from the action's effects.
You're engaged?
Chris going to attack here.
Nope.
Sneak attacks.
Naked Gazaru attempts to bow, then kill the Dark Naga.
Bow, then kill?
Yep. Bow him. If I only targeted one card, destroy it.
They get the yeah.
So Chris sneak attack to make sure you don't block it, steal it.
Target a personality opposing Daku or holding control by enemy leader. Bow the targeted card.
And that's a very smart play by John.
Yojimbos.
The Yojimbo's duty.
YouTube machine, for those of you who don't know, a strategy that's straight to 20 plus lasers with last score open, and you get an additional action. John is quite a hole here. He has to be proactive.
No more printed battle actions over here except the kill negate, but
He
have a lot of
cards in the front, I'm not sure what it is, but
It's a superior mobility.
he looks really uncertain. I mean, one of his cards, the item is a blank. Ring of Wrath doesn't look like it's a good item, mate. I mean, Chris knows about it, so you can play around it. Let's go with the mobility.
Send you home.
may I read the text of that card, please? Okay, so if I, with this card, if I cancel the movement, if I negate the movement, I die. If I negate the effects of the card, I do not, correct?
Very certain timings.
You have the Ring of Earth.
I do not have the Ring of Earth.
Okay.
That would be a terrible play. Like, I would die. Here's what's relevant.
Yeah. Oni dodge?
Oni dodge. Negates the effects of the card.
That's a good question.
I'm pretty sure I would not die playing this because it negates the effects of the card. It doesn't negate just the movement. It negates anything it does.
That's true. Oh, we'll find out.
But we'll wait for judge's ruling.
That type.
effects. These were all effects, so yes, it will.
Negates the entire. I'll only dodge that.
All right.
So my action, your 6/8 force. By your Gazaru, looming danger, destroy your unit.
That's going to be all she wrote.
That's it. Thanks, man.
Congratulations to Chris Justice, our winner, winning to you.
Well, there was one good game there, guys.
I'm just going to try and grab it and get coming to booth.
One of these is yours.
This one without the thingy, I believe.
Good final game, guys. Well played.
Oh, that's fine. So Chris has won.
I gotta talk to a story game representative for what nonsense I have even available to.
So
Yeah.
as we know, Chris is.
Consider your story choice and let us know at some point when you made that.
Yeah, I want to chat with somebody for what sort of thing might.
Oh man, I just had to watch the end of my buddy's draft.
Yeah.
He actually managed to draft Ashigaro. He has 8 of the commanders. That's impressive. Yeah, with everything else in too. So I was like, oh man. I was just like, no, there's no way, oh man.
Funny meeting you here.
Oh, I know. It's like we planned for this.
It could be.
All right. So, what do you want for a story, anyway?
I have no idea.
Cool. Want to make an agreement? All I want is the messenger to be eaten.
I don't know.
All right. No, that's fine. No, we're gonna play this still, but
Yeah.
I just want the messenger to, not be alive.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to eat the messenger or not.
I want to eat the messenger. We have to roll. Yeah. Unless we can both go first.
That would be sweet. Simultaneous turns.
Yeah. I attack. No, I attack. You attack my province. I defend this one while I attack that one.
That might actually be kind of fun.
Yes, because what L5R needs is more complicated timing rules.
Absolutely.
You have a D6?
No, I only have D10. Yes.
I don't trust your dice because oh no, that wasn't your dice last night.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Real quick,
That's a.
table
One.
mic. If you don't want the internet to hear it,
The one,
don't say it.
Yep, that's the 6.
All
So
right.
I am first because there's the 1.
The one on the other side.
Yep.
All right. I want a
Same
really hard
goes
game
for
now.
you, Mr. Head Judge.
Hi, Internet.
Hi, Internet.
Good luck to both
And
you guys.
welcome
Congrats
to
on
the
victory.
finals. I am your host for this round, Brad
I have
Reeves.
to go second to you twice.
Yeah.
That's
You won last time.
yeah.
This is
except by the skin
going
of
to
my
be
teeth,
Chris
man.
Justice, who won the Big Deck event last year at Gencon with a broken deck. He's also going to be playing against Tong in the finals. They are both playing Foothold of the Mad.
It doesn't straight until third turn, right?
Straight to third turn.
Which is a lovely card from the Foes of Madness box set.
Money that I need.
It allows you to go first if you're the only Mad player.
It's actually almost better to have
Unfortunately,
it in the
they're
deck.
both the
Do I have to have a legacy out?
Now, Chris is playing a Sensei with his. He is playing
Yeah, I
Hatsu
want to be better to
Sensei.
have it in the deck because then I have more holdings in the deck.
2 gold, a 2-for-2 legacy holding, and Demonic Craftsman from Words and Deeds. And you can see that there's
I heard that was really good in this matchup.
He is my saving grace right
So
now.
the other thing we'll be streaming tonight is
But,
the Big Board
we'll
Game
see,
Night.
guys.
This event is one of the
That's
biggest
from the
events
bottom.
that AEG does every year.
I have 1, 2, 3, I have 8
Every
gold and
year
2
it's
your-
sold out. In fact, this year the reason
what?
that I have to work Board Game
Turns
Night is
yours, but
because I
6,
could
7,
not
8,
get a
9,
ticket.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. All right, 8 to 18 gold. Check. Let's fight. Slowly though.
Okay, so Chris, on the second turn of the game, brought out a Mumoku no Oni from Torn Asunder. Yeah. Not that a 0 province streak's going to need much to push over.
Yeah, except
And of course, most people are familiar with Kai no Oni.
I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Just gotta figure it out. We've had worse.
That was a nice flip for John because he really needed that Oni as a cheap something to get into play for defense.
Do you have an open?
No. Okay, the 0 from that. Okay, got it.
Yeah, they at one point actually printed proxies for this card, but I don't have any, so I proxied the proxies.
Fair enough.
Technology. I'll pass.
Yep. Yeah. I defend.
The other thing we're streaming tonight is the AEG Big Board Game Night. That's where they demo all of their board games. They have them all out here. They give away raffles and things of that nature. It's everything from the micro games such as Lost Legacy and Love Letter to the more complicated games like Planes, Trains, there's Valley of the Kings, there's Doomtown, etc. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of that going on tonight as well.
And it's Superior, so that's Superior movement. So I'll choose to go home. What do you know?
Sure you don't want it to stop? You can negate it. You want to negate the movement?
No, that's fine.
Sure.
I'll choose not to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day.
Yep.
Top 4
Did you move back?
was there was one unicorn that was John Palmer.
I'll be back.
There
75 minutes. Palmer.
I hear another
first
game
in the win.
sometime trying to come back.
It should be the same thing every tournament, right?
Montage.
If this goes 75
Good
minutes,
luck with
something's
that.
horribly wrong.
Dale, how many commanders did you get? Yeah, I want to see this thing, man. Sorry, can we just watch? Dude, look at his draft deck. It is ridiculous. It's my crane deck.
You drafted this?
It's my crane deck, see?
So Chris is playing Mahatsu Sensei.
Wait. 1, 2, 3,
Ivory and 20
5,
Festivals.
6, 7, 8, 8.
Go away.
8 got a commander.
Go away.
And he got the sensei.
Absolutely fun.
That's ridiculous.
I have not seen Chris play this deck enough to know what he's doing with the Sensei. He's running Mahatsu Sensei, the one that lets you get a ring. It's interesting the fact that he's actually running that Sensei because you have to bow your stronghold to do it.
Like, oh, it's still here.
Most of the
Best of luck to you both.
All right.
most of the other decks.
Let's have a great game, okay? Let's have a great game and ban foothold.
So game 1, Chris is starting off on turn 1. Holy!
Is that okay? That's an event.
Yeah, it's an event. And it's a new style event. So despite the Crimson and Jade copy that I am.
Okay. So if I understand correctly, you have a chance of getting 12.
So I'm gonna make hold cheaper.
I bet.
I'm gonna go ahead and cycle the event. It's useless in this format.
All right. I might have just got started.
So Chris has
I'm gonna.
flipped up 4
I already made stuff
2
cheaper.
gold producing
I'm gonna go to
holdings.
Yep.
He has a famous
I will
bazaar.
RFG for the.
Yep. That's the best start you can get. Well, with the exception of a 2-3.
Yeah.
And probably another 2-3. Well, I'm glad we can show everybody.
Yeah. This is bad.
He used the legacy ability to pull a
We just started and he got that for
legacy holding from his deck,
So
which will
this
cost him
right
2
here
less
has to be
gold,
personality or something else.
since you have to now pay for them.
Good luck.
Not a guy, or not money.
Nope.
I can.
And then he brought 4 more holdings into play. So on turn 1, he brought
Where's the seek?
Okay.
Turn 1, right? All right. Well, we figured that out in theory.
Yeah, that actually is relevant.
Right? Mathematically, it's speaking. That should be.
Legacy.
The biggest boon, obviously, of Foothold of the Mad, besides you getting to go first if you're the only person playing that stronghold, is fallen personalities cost 2 less gold. Personalities and followers have -1 force for each of the madness tokens. The box can bow as a limited action.
I don't know. Yeah.
So you can bow it as limited action to give a target card a madness token, but the massive card advantage of this card is as limited action you can make all of your holdings interplay paying 2 less gold this turn.
He had no money either game. He had like he got like a turn.
That obviously is a
tag,
massive
could not
advantage
buy
for a
it,
deck
not
that's
have
going
enough
first
gold to
and
play
gets to buy all of its holdings on turn
That's not
1.
a game. It doesn't matter what I was playing.
At least I'm certain that that's the way that both of these players have designed their decks. I would be shocked if that's not the case, considering they're both in the finals.
8 cards. No, I'm sorry. He had one holding in his top 12 cards. That's brutal. I had more than one holding in my top 12 cards. So, I mean, game 1 was more of a game. And game 1, thousands of things died. And it was a real game. But game 2, and his gold wasn't good there either. So I'm just waiting on whether or not Modern's legacy holding for going second is mandatory.
Here we see John Tong checking his phone.
I mean, he could.
He's
It's not
texting.
using the legacy keyword, so you could just. It's a search for a characteristic, so you could just decline to find.
Yeah.
Because it's modern specific, so.
Yeah.
Sparks is still around.
Well, it uses the legacy rules with a few exceptions. So.
Yeah, I would just rather have a holding in my deck. On top of that, I can get a shuffle, you know?
Yeah.
Legacy holding.
I'll wait for it to make the final rolling.
You have the option.
Yep. In it goes.
Kidding, eh? Oh, wow. That was really bad shuffle.
Any questions?
The Enlightenment Sensei
Time limit?
literally bought 5 cards
Oh, there it is.
for 0 gold.
Yeah, I got plenty.
Foothold loses. Mine?
Table's yours.
Don't worry, I can guarantee you it will happen.
Would you like some Sudafed to combat your crud? Because I sure have the con crud. For those of you that are not aware, if you come to Gencon, there is a 120% chance you will get sick.
Well, let's have some
That
madness.
is known as the con crud.
You really do lose.
Did you leave with the con crud last year, Brad?
Oh, sorry.
I did a slight case of it. But I usually try to build my immune system up before I come. A lot of vitamin C, trying to get in a position. And I also am the one that's over here turning up the air so it cuts itself off at a lower temperature.
Yeah, unfortunately, that seems to not have worked for me. Last year, I came home with. You want to guess what crazy disease I went home with?
Am I allowed to say that on stream?
It was not that. Last year, I left Gen Con with whooping
All
cough.
right, man. After I draw my card, you can go ahead. Yep.
Ouch.
Yeah, I had actually
your
been
deck seems like
vaccinated
it's
for
doing
it
fine
and
for me
still
as
got
it
whooping
stands.
cough last year at Gen Con.
Oh, you have no idea, my friend.
Courtroom ducks.
So John's Tong was not nearly as explosive.
Talking about the con crud.
He got, he ended up getting 3 holdings.
Rollings?
Yep.
But you can see where the deck's power comes from. You explode on holdings on turn 1, and then you start bringing out these massive Oni. I hear that's really good for a deck like that.
I want that.
Yeah, that's good. That's very good. I don't remember. Did I cut your deck last time?
You did. And then I'll go Dynasty.
Yeah.
6, 8, 10, 12, because Elite's good. Ducks, favor.
Well, as we know, Foothold of the Mad was a very powerful stronghold at the end of Emperor Edition. It spawned several decks.
Smelly food.
The only deck
Sorry,
got favor
Brad.
8 turns
Sorry.
ago. And table's yours.
It spawned several decks, which was a little was more on the OP side. There's no question. You can see where the power level is here, especially when you have a